Hey, it's Ann Webb, founder of Ideal LifeVision and creator of the Ideal LifeVision system, where I teach entrepreneurs, coaches, and network marketers how to create everything they want in life, physically, socially, and financially, through a simple and scientific 8-step comprehensive system called Creating Your Ideal Life. Over the past 6 years, I have coached and guided thousands of students from around the world to explosive results, leveraging the Ideal LifeVision system. By now, you've probably seen some of the success videos created by my students who have used Ideal LifeVision to get married, improve their relationships, make an extra $5,000 a month, start a business, write a book, etc. But the kicker is, only those that actually created their ideal life vision and created it the right way are getting those results. So obviously it's a big concern when I take surveys and send out questionnaires and find out that only about 30% of the purchasers of Ideal Life Vision are actually completing the process so that they can in fact get their goals and achieve their dreams. What I found after asking a lot of questions is that there's been a few challenges in creating it and getting it done. Here's the top 3. Challenge number 1, getting stuck with both blocks and also getting stuck in the writing process. Challenge number 2 is limited time and no feedback. Challenge number 3, lack of clarity and confidence in what they have created. So because of this, I've decided to host this webinar where you're going to learn how to climb the mountain of mastery, starting at the very beginning and working your way up to the place where you too are achieving amazing success. So there's 5 steps on the mountain of mastery and the 5 things that we'll be covering today. First, know the value of a coach or mentor and how to pick the right one. Second, break through your blocks in writing and creating your life vision through a process I like to call mimic and model that will allow you to leverage the success of those who've already done what you desire to do. Third, expand your clarity in what you have written through the process of feedback. Fourth, create confidence as you course correct and recreate your life vision that will ultimately lead you to your ideal life. And finally, take your life vision and your life to a whole new level as you learn to perfect and climb the mountain of mastery. About 10 years ago, I put in my ideal life vision that I would do a triathlon by the time I was 40. I'm dead serious when I say this, much to my humiliation. I had no idea what the 3 sports of a triathlon even were. That was the first action step. But now that it was on my radar, the wheels were set in motion, and I found myself in a triathlon class at our local university, and I loved it. We swam at the university's pool, then would run around the track a bunch of times, and then go biking up one of the nearby canyons. But I didn't have a bike when I started the class, so I borrowed my friend's mountain bike. It was very old, but it was free, and it was easy to ride. Now, the question that still haunts me today is, why didn't my triathlon class instructor mention to me that what I really needed was a road bike? I'm not sure, still pondering that one. But needless to say, I started training for my first triathlon, and because my coach or instructor never really went into the basics of equipment, although she was great at correcting my swim stroke, I went into my first competition nearly looking like a fool. For the swim, I jumped into the lake with my son's baggy basketball shorts and an extra large t-shirt. And my logic was that I wasn't going to wear my swimming suit while I rode my mountain bike. So mistake number 1, wearing improper clothing that almost caused me to drown. Seriously, it wasn't good. I enviously looked around and saw all of the other competitors wearing wetsuits, unzipping them to reveal their padded bike shorts, their sports bra, which they quickly covered with their bike jersey. So now I'm all wet, but luckily I have an extra t-shirt that I exchanged for the bike portion. Just 26 miles on a mountain bike. And boy, I just couldn't figure out why everyone was passing me. I mean, I was so prepared. I was so in shape. But on the way down the hill, a kind older gentleman rode next to me for a few minutes. Maybe I should clarify that. I was pedaling madly downhill as he simply coasted. "Are you open to a few tips?" he asked me. "I guess so. Next time, ride a road bike, not a mountain bike." "But I borrowed this one." "Then borrow a road bike." The guy was a freaking genius. "Do you have time to give me a few more pointers?" I asked. He told me how to get my wetsuit off in 30 seconds flat using a grocery bag. Too bad I didn't have one. Then he gave me some pointers on how to transition from the bike to the 5K run using a simple technique to adjust my biking legs to my running legs. And then off he was, leaving me in the dust. But I had a lot to think about. This expert had shared some of his knowledge with me in just a few minutes that ultimately took a full hour off on my next Olympic distance triathlon. So my point in telling you this story is that you probably realize that a coach can make a huge difference in getting the results you want. A coach is often referred to one who goes before and shows the way. So whether someone is leading, teaching, showing, guiding, or mentoring, they are in essence a coach. Recognizing the value of having someone like that in your life can be the first step towards improving your performance and functioning at your optimal level. To learn from a coach or mentor who is a master, that alone can place us at the very top of the learning curve. What I've learned along my own personal development journey is that there is a marked difference between the work of the apprentice and the master craftsman. In the case of my triathlon story, we could say a marked difference between the class instructor, that inexperienced teacher who forgot some essential and critical information, and that experienced triathlete who knew from training and doing it himself. The master has learned from years of experience and by teaching others the precise steps it takes to work the material into a masterpiece. The apprentice is able to take raw material and develop a beautiful production, but the finishing touches come from experience. So we could take this analogy and say that you have been the apprentice during the Creating Your Life Vision experience. The progress you have made is undoubtedly greater than you previously dreamed possible had you tried to do it completely on your own without the home study course. So let's say that your production or life vision is the work of an artist or apprentice, but the finishing touches require help from a master. The Life Vision system has given you the knowledge and led you through the steps for creating your first life vision. And soon you're going to be enjoying the life you've always dreamed of. You've been exposed to new ideas and new ways of thinking. You may, however, get stuck or reach a block you don't know how to remove. The home study course, although thorough and comprehensive, cannot ask you, "Why did you say that?" Or "Have you thought about this?" Or "Would it be more powerful if you wrote something about?" Now, these and other questions can be answered with the help of a coach. A coach can see through the uncertainty and doubt. A coach sees what others don't, and that you yourself might not see. A coach is an advocate, someone who wants you to succeed. So this is the final step, the first step in the mountain of mastery, realizing that you may need additional support. You may need the help of a coach or a mentor to help you get it done and get it done right. You've probably noticed that all successful athletes, entertainers, business people have a mentor and or a coach. It's a fact of life. We need help along the way. So we're going to move now into the second step of the Mountain of Mastery process that I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar. But now I'll narrow it specifically to creating your life vision to achieve your goals. So the second step is breaking through your blocks in writing and creating your life vision through a process I like to call mimic and model that will allow you to create your life vision quickly. So let's uncover the big fat lie that keeps so many people stuck, which is that if you aren't a writer, that you'll never be able to create a life vision. That is just not true. It may be true that you'll have a little bit harder time than most, but seriously, it's not that hard when you use this mimic and model. In fact, we could simply just call it the copy and paste model. The truth is, I have a lot of clients that swipe others' life visions when given access to my large database of samples. There are just a few do's and don'ts that I should probably emphasize. I encourage my clients to use the sentences of others' life visions when they feel it is a perfect match for what they want in theirs, and they absolutely feel like they couldn't have said it any better. Typically, people borrow 1 to 2 sentences at a time. So frequently, when I'm giving feedback on other people's life visions, I see sentences in there that I recognize. In fact, some sentences and thoughts are even my own. More often than not, when you've used the swipe file or the copy and paste database, you glean ideas. Simply put, you take what resonates and you make it your own. Now, here's the don'ts. Don't copy and paste your entire life vision from someone else. Nope, you don't even want to copy entire paragraphs. The bottom line is this: your life vision must hit you square in the heart. It must be entirely you. If it doesn't sound like you, if it doesn't feel like something you'd say, then it's not going to work. So this mimic and model process is good when you remember that your life vision must resonate within your own heart. Okay, so moving on to the third key step in our mountain mastery, expand your clarity in what you have written through the process of feedback. So let me jump right in with a couple of samples that will drive this point home. So I had this client or business associate that I ran into at a networking event, and he told me that he had completed his life vision several months earlier. He told me that a few of the things had happened. However, one of the major things he wanted hadn't manifested. It had completely eluded him. Because we didn't have a lot of time for the conversation, I asked him to email me his life vision so I could take a look at it and give him some feedback. He made a note that the goal that he hadn't been able to manifest yet was selling a piece of property that was worth a lot of money, in fact, millions of dollars. And because land developing had come to a screeching halt because of the economy, the prospect wasn't looking too good, and it was draining him quickly of much of his financial reserves. His life vision read, "On or before July 15th, 2011, I find the perfect buyer for my Redwood Road property and close on it, netting over $3 million. He did put a little action plan in there about how he had it listed and had ads for it and had sent out emails to his entire database, etc. So his life vision actually looked pretty good at first sight. But I recognized as I read through it a second time that emotional connection and motivation wasn't there. It definitely wasn't compelling enough to get a $3 million piece of property sold. So I connected with this client again and specifically asked him, why do you want to sell the property? Besides the money, what is it going to give you? On the other end of the phone, I heard, peace of mind. And he went on to tell me that he was going on this extended vacation throughout Europe and Asia, and it was critical for his peace of mind that he get this monkey off his back before leaving. It would give him the peace of mind to enjoy his trip, as well as the financial peace of mind to pay off the loan that had become such a burden. He wasn't so worried about making a profit as he was of just being done with the whole thing. Of course, I was taking notes the whole time he was talking, and when he was done, I suggested transforming his current life vision to include the following. On or before July 15th, I close on my Redwood Road property for $3 million. I attract the perfect buyer by networking with friends, business associates, and property managers. I place ads in various real estate classified ads all over the country. This transaction gives me enough to successfully pay off the loan, preserving capital that I can grow in other areas. In addition, it gives me peace of mind so that I can go to Asia with a feeling of freedom. I enjoy my month there immensely, knowing that my finances are in good shape and my loan paid off. Bingo! Now this property that had been on the market for about 18 months, and now in less than 18 days he had an offer, and coincidentally, or maybe not, he closed on July 15th, the date he had set in his life vision. Exciting? That was sure a fun call to get. Holy cow, he said, are you sitting down? You're never going to believe what happened. And guess what day I'm closing on? As you can imagine, he considers that some of the best feedback he's ever received in his life. Let me share a second example, and this one sort of takes the cake. I had someone who had purchased the home study course 6 months previous email me that their life vision was not working. In fact, they said, I feel worse than ever and I'm actually gaining weight, so what the hell? I suggested they join the Life Vision Mastery program so I could help them specifically with their vision. And they did, and they sent me the following paragraph, which consisted of 50% of their health and fitness life vision. Here's what it said. I'm improving my health. I've given up smoking. I never eat processed foods or white sugar. And because I exercise, I don't have love handles anymore, and my joints don't hurt. Ew. I hope that hurt your ears. Are you getting this? Your brain sees in pictures, and therefore in that last sentence, all it sees is smoking, processed foods, white sugar, love handles, and joints that hurt. Again, here's where a little feedback can go a long way. I suggested they write something like the following, getting rid of those negative words that were actually sabotaging their success. I love myself, so I'm careful about what I put into my body. I remember to take my vitamins and supplements daily and recognize the benefits of nourishing my body properly. Each morning, I enjoy a green drink with protein powder and fresh fruits and greens. I enjoy many fresh fruits and veggies throughout the day as well. I have discovered new salads and ways to season my vegetables to liven them up. I eat a variety of foods high in protein, including small amounts of meat and whole grains. I drink plenty of water, and I always carry a water bottle with me so that I can stay hydrated. This particular client went on to entirely revamp the way they ate, changing their body, their health, and even their life. So let's bust the myth right now that it doesn't matter how you write your life vision. You can use weak language, negatives, words that trigger you, and you'll still have the same outcome and results? Wrong. The truth is, having a second pair of eyes on your life vision is the best way to make sure that you aren't using negatives or uncompelling paragraphs. Feedback is absolutely the best way to make sure your life vision is the most powerful it can be. I know many of my clients and my certified coaches' clients have received compelling and graphic feedback that shifted everything in getting results from their life vision. So let's keep going and tackle the fourth step in moving towards mastery, creating confidence as you course correct and recreate your life vision. Hopefully it's apparent and obvious that you don't just write and record your life vision once. Your life vision is not static, but ever evolving. Course correction and recorrection of the life vision stems from two sources: the content of your life vision and the recording of your life vision. So let's address the recreation of the life vision in terms of content. Going back to my triathlon example, my first life vision was all about participating in the class at the university, getting in shape, getting signed up for my first triathlon, the Jordanelle Olympic distance. I had the details on all of that, including how it felt to cross the finish line, and it turned out to be about a half a page long. But after I got the feedback from the pro on the road bike, and after I crossed the finish line, even though it felt incredible, I knew I could do better with the right bike and the right clothes. It was time to update my life vision. So changing content and goals and clarifying more deeply and just plain changing your mind on a few things is perfectly normal. All of this falls under course correction and recreating. But so does redoing the recording. So let me give you the same advice that I give to all of my one-on-one clients. Make it a goal to record your life vision immediately after finishing the writing project, and then make a date with yourself. Write it on your calendar to re-record your life vision about 2 to 4 weeks later. Here's why. Your first recorded life vision is probably not going to be your best. I doubt you've ever made a recording quite like this, and so there's a chance that parts of it could be monotone. because you're just reading it and trying to get through it, or that you stumble over a few words, or that a few weeks down the road you realize that what you thought you wanted, no, you don't really want it all. Take any of these factors or a combination, it means that you aren't 100% satisfied with your life vision because you need to iron out a few bugs. And how you know this is because you find yourself rolling your eyes in certain sections. Maybe you say the word amazing 3 sentences in a row. You didn't catch it on paper, but now that you're listening to it every day, you find it rather annoying. Or maybe you trip over your words or say investment instead of investment. Yeah, that's my example. And it's just plain aggravating. The problem is that if you have a bunch of these annoying things, you're going to stop listening. And the goal at this point is to like it enough that you will consistently listen to it, making it a habit. Here's the good news. Once you record your life vision a few times, your recordings will vastly improve. But on the flip side, no life vision is ever completely perfect. If you don't trip up on a word, then maybe you'll forget something that was pretty important to include. So here's what I do. If there ever comes a time when I don't enjoy listening to my life vision, I go over those annoying sections and identify the parts that just aren't working for me. And then I make the adjustments first in the Word document and next in the recording. Think about it. It's probably going to take you 5 to 10 minutes tops to rewrite a paragraph, and then maybe another 5 to 10 minutes to re-record that one section. You're looking at 15 minutes or so. That's a small price to pay in terms of keeping your life vision powerful. Again, the goal in the first month or two is to love your life vision and to make any and every course correction necessary so that you do love it. I've seen people spend quite a bit of time and money on this program only to fall off the wagon in a month or so because they didn't take the time to revise their life vision. They started out loving it so much, and finally they just couldn't stand it because it was so outdated months later, and so they stopped listening to it. All of this can be avoided if you remember that it is a continual work in progress. To put this in perspective, 1 year I re-recorded my life vision 9 times. Okay, not every section, but most sections got revised at least 3 to 4 times during that year. Maybe it's because in my life vision I'm talking about a trip I want to take that I just got back from. Maybe I already facilitated a seminar that I talk about in depth. Frequently it's my workout routine that's now different due to a new trainer or the weather or the season, okay? I don't like to hear that I'm hiking or mountain biking in the middle of December, but instead focus on lifting weights or a spin class in the gym, okay? So you get the point. So my encouragement is to remember that your life vision needs to be recreated or updated frequently. It's the people that are continually growing with their life vision and tweaking it that see the best results. And finally, our last step is to take your life vision and your life to a whole new level as you learn to perfect and climb the mountain of mastery, with the key word being perfect. So my experience over the last 25 years using Ideal Life Vision has shown that people go through phases with the creation process of the life vision. Stage 1 is simply dabbling at it, creating the first one, learning from it, learning what you want and don't want, and even what you thought you wanted. You also learn that some goals manifest easily and others take time. You also wonder why it's a hit and miss with some of them, but you keep going. Stage 2 is where you get more serious, learning how to write more powerfully. You decide to hire a coach to help you stay accountable to the process and to sticking to your vision, with the updates and revisions, of course. You set your sights higher and sometimes discard goals that seem fluffy or like pie in the sky. And you start realizing that you know what you want and you now have a method for getting it. Stage 3 is now wanting to not only get feedback from your coach, but also share your successes and your struggles with like-minded people that understand the power of vision and the creation process. Becoming a part of a mastermind is a given. Collaboration is like air to you. You're not hiding who you are nor your goals anymore because you are starting to see success. You found that 90 days is your magic number to literally changing the neural pathways in your brain to help you recreate your beliefs, your thoughts, your habits, your actions, and your results. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think of perfect and perfect as the same thing. This final stage is not called perfect, but rather perfect. It's still a process, but this time is enjoyed with others as they share in your excitement and passion for life. So the people I know that have the most fun and get the best results are those that are connected with others doing the same process. Let me share 2 examples. One client from 2 years ago, when she went through the Ideal LifeVision process, could barely rub 2 nickels together. Okay, a single mom with 2 young children, she definitely found it difficult to put food on the table. But she got on board, and she stayed on board. She connected herself to our Facebook group, sharing her successes and failures. Every failure she had, she asked for feedback and support, and there were many that gave her what she needed. She continued coaching with me, and in the first few months, it was a huge financial stress on her. But she frequently told me her life vision gave her hope. When things were rough, she felt peace and centered as she listened to it. As the months wore on, she got some of her goals. She was building a network marketing business, and she found ways of wording it that compelled her to take action more quickly. She perfected it each step of the way, hanging on to her coach and her new friends in her mastermind. Approximately 2 years after she created her first life vision, she called me as she was walking out of her accountant's office to tell me that that was the first time in her entire life that she had made 6 figures in a single year. She told me she was smiling ear to ear and that, for once, what she thought was impossible was now a reality. 3 months later, she got married on a beach in California. Dreams do come true. Sometimes you just need the hand-holding and encouragement to lift you when you need additional support. So for those of you that are serious about the creation of your life vision and really want to get it done and get it done right, I want you to go to www.ilv90day.com. And as you scroll down the page, you'll see that this has a lot of information. I'm going to say that one more time. ilv90day.com. ILV for Ideal Life Vision 90day.com. So as you scroll down that, you're going to see a lot of information, testimonials. But I want you to get to the bottom of the page where I'll show you what this program is, its components, and what it takes to become a part of the Ideal Life Vision Mastermind. Once you purchase, you become a part of my group coaching program that includes the following: 6 weekly classes. This is where you're really going to be able to learn from me, the master of Ideal Life Vision. During these weekly calls, I'm going to focus on one section of the life vision and break it down paragraph by paragraph, giving you ideas and suggestions of what to put into your life vision, as well as teach you everything I know in regards to creating that section. You'll find the information invaluable as you then spend the next week creating that section of your life vision. We'll make it much less overwhelming as we take it one section at a time, week by week. At the end of the call, I'll take all of your questions, answering each one, and I'll give you the assignment of creating that section of your life vision. Okay? Part 2, next thing, is the critique of each section of your life vision. What would it be like to have 2 sets of eyes reviewing your life vision, giving you feedback and suggestions to make it even more powerful? One of my coaches, one of my certified coaches, and I are going to be going over each section of your life vision once we receive it back via email. And we'll mark it up, give you things to think about, ask you questions, copy and paste samples we think might be appropriate, just adding valuable ideas to make your life vision the best and most powerful it can be. This is probably the most valuable piece of this program. I have had my private clients pay me hundreds and hundreds of dollars just for this service. You'll then make small or maybe even some big changes, which will give you the confidence that you have done it right, and that will compel you to take action and get results. Next, I'm going to make a little bit of change to this. We're going to have a Q&A sessions just like we do at the end of every call, but I'm also going to give you email access and a Facebook group. So each week there's going to be, plenty of time to get your questions answered. In a recent survey we did, we learned that 90% of the people that use Ideal LifeVision said that the most important aspect of the coaching was to make sure that they were doing it right. This is accomplished through email, live Q&A, and our private Facebook group. Use these resources to ask questions on formatting, wording, how to record, or even about blocks you may be having. This is a time to feel supported in making sure you know your next step. Okay, but to sweeten the deal, let's go ahead and throw in a bonus, okay? The hardbound manual with CD and DVD. Okay, this manual makes it easy to work through the program when it might not be convenient to be online. So for those that have a hard time sitting in front of a computer screen for more than 5 minutes, this is exactly what you might need. Also, once your membership is expired, you'll continue to have access to the information and the samples. Again, DVD, CD, and hardbound manual all included. So now you see the price or the investment, okay? $497 or 3 payments of $189. Okay, but I really want to add some special bonuses. Okay, and there's 3 surprise bonuses that I can't wait to share. The first one is we're going to let you go through the program twice. Okay, the second time is free. So instead of a 6-week program, it now becomes a 90-day coaching program. Here's why I do this. Because I know that 90 days is the magic number. If I can hold your hand through 90 days, this is going to become a lifelong habit for you. That is why I want to offer this bonus. Okay, the second bonus is a database of 25 samples. Okay, and I will tell you, I call these my deluxe samples. They're some of the best life visions that I've ever seen, and they're included in this Life Vision Mastermind course. And finally, 2 tickets to a Revision Mastermind in Park City or Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay, you and a friend or family member can be invited as my guest to come to a live event. Okay, this annual event has, well, it's actually 2 times a year, has 2 purposes. First, it's a chance to get away to spend time focusing on your next year's goals and implementing those into your revised life vision. At the event, you're also going to learn from experts who will give you tools and strategies that are going to help you in reaching your goals more quickly. This is a $299 value. Okay, literally, I do charge $300 for this. And one thing I'll just say about this is that this is a very limited time. Some of you may even be watching this and will see that it may not be offered anymore. So you might want to jump on this as quickly as possible. And finally, I can't wait to share the last bonus. Oh, and I just threw that up there. These bonuses just in this section are worth about $2,000. Okay? But let's share the next bonus, the last one. And this is what I call the fast action bonus. And this is only to the first 5 people that jump in right now. Okay, it's a fast action bonus because I believe in rewarding those who can make a decision quickly. So I went in behind the scenes and I reduced the price to $379 or 3 payments of $147. Okay? Now, to get this bonus, you must do it now because if you come back tomorrow, the price is going to be $497 or $189 a month. But if you click on the Buy Now button today, okay, and you're one of the first 5, you'll see that reduction. So pretty cool, huh? Okay, $147 a month for the results that I'm talking about, folks. Easily, I can say this is a no-brainer. I don't know how many of you have hired a life coach or a business coach, but I can guarantee you won't find a month of coaching, including individual time as we work on your life vision, for $147 a month. That's 4 sessions per month, plus the critiques of each section of your life vision, in addition to getting personal attention via calls, email, and the Facebook group. Okay, so just to kind of go over these one last time, 6 weekly classes, customized critique of each section of your life vision, okay, Q&A at the end of each call, Facebook group that's private, and email access to me, along with the hardbound manual. I'll also let you go through the course 2 times, okay, give you my database of 25 deluxe bonus samples and 2 tickets to the Revision Mastermind, okay? Option 1, if you do it now, okay, as in right now, $379. Option number 2, 3 pay of $147. So my final comment is climb that mountain of mastery. Go to ilv90day.com and become a member of Ideal LifeVision Mastermind. Work with me and get the results that you want from this experience. Thank you.